Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. This is Yudhi from ULBI. I'm now presenting the course Logistics System and SCM from Professor Agus. So in this opportunity, I would like to presenting strategic resilience which they face external pressure due to Trump 2.0. Okay, this is the strategic catalyst, Trump Tariff 2.0 and the steel industry paradox. So the context, basically, the Trump Tariff 2.0 impacts include regional volatility and global supply shift, which require immediate structural adjustments. The paradox is stable utilization rates are often mistaken for health, yet their lack of flexibility to survive for sudden macroeconomic shocks. So the strategic shift is moving from reactive firefighting to predictive orchestration is no longer optional for the steel industry. Evaluating the digital foundation, ERP, WMS, TMS, and the student number 22. So this is the topic from Professor Agus. Current state gap is ERP is silos, so batch processing delays financial visibility. WMS manual gaps, inaccurate stock records, and increased risk. TMS disconnect, which is create invisible translates to cost leaks. So I propose this solution, which is we call it three-layer integrations. First one is data layer, which is unified with injection. You see automated cross-system workflows. We try to normalization, become automation, and then data cleaning. The third one is analytics layer, which is single pane of truth for decision makers, like predictive machine learning, demand forecasting, and then risk scoring. And then finally, it will leads to the last one, which is layer number 4, which is decision. It's a prescriptive scenarios, SNOP alignment, and crisis response. So this is the metrics as matter, aligning financial, operational, and risk KPIs. Financial is to monitor capital efficiency and profitability, which is gross margin, cash conversion cycle, and then EBITDA impact. Operational is to track the process, performance, and throughput, capacity utilization, inventory turnover, and OTIF. Risk is identify vulnerabilities before escalate, which is supply consumption control tower. Vision is a single source of truth, which is an integrated nerve center that synchronizes physical assets with the digital intelligence. Core components is physical, it's a three-factor. Physical is the war room for rapid response leadership meetings. Digital is cloud hub for real-time visibility and data processing. Governance is structured review cycles and decision-making protocols. So this is I try to create early warning system, the three-tier alert architect, which is the first tier is operational alert, day-to-day execution anomalies, tactical risk, the tier 2, which is orange, medium-term disruption, supply shortage, for congestion forecast. The third one is strategic crisis, which is the critical threat, market intelligence shock, and geopolitical policy shift like Trump 2.0. The next slide, we'll try to discuss about the implementation roadmap for 12 months from strategy to scale, which is foundation is month 1 until 3, and then to build month 4 until 6, to deploy month 7 until 9, and then to scale month 10 until 12. You can see here, you can read by yourself for what is actually each milestone looks like. And finally, after the implementation roadmap, this is the expected outcomes, just to measuring strategic agility and ROI. The goal is to achieve 30% inventory reduction, which will lower carrying costs and reduce obsolescence risk, and then 15 days CCC improvement, which will create faster cash conversion and improve working capital. And then the last one is strategic agility, which is real-time response to market and policy shocks. The last one is Professor Agus have a reflection question, which is should everything be measured? And then there is, measuring, managing performance paradigm shift. This measuring is retrospective, reporting on what has already happened. the real view mirror approach, which is managing its perspective, is influencing outcomes before they manifest the radar approach. Critical failures, which is why traditional KPI fail, because it's misalignment, metrics don't match with strategy, overload, drowning in irrelevant data, gaming, stuff optimizing for the job, not the business. How we can avoid the KPI overload? So basically, we need to create the framework KPI selection principles. The first one is SMART criteria: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. And then Pareto principle. Pareto principle basically is 80-20 rules. Like, we focus on 20% metric that drive 80% of business impact. Actionability test: every KPI must answer what action will take if this metric moves. If no action is defined, then KPI is not needed, basically. Cost benefit analysis: compare the effort to collect the money and monitor the data with the value of the insight. And then the last one is, should everything be measured? No, not everything be measured. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. When we must measure, which is during the strategic importance, and then customer, if it's customer critical, and then if it's high variability, controllability, material impact, and regulatory or compliance, like geopolitical changes. When we should not measure, it's vanity metrics. It's like, it looks good but are not actionable. Stable and predictable metrics, uncontrollable external factors, and then like, like global sale price and everything. And then the last one, if the cost is higher than the benefit itself. So that's all for my presentation today. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.